Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ravenloft Misfits, Misfit Monday, everyone. We missed last week because it was just, we didn't want to go on. But you know what? We're here. We're ready to go. We're ready to continue this story. I'm Johnny, I'm the DM. Check out the chat for the list of cast members and their socials. And then it'll also be in the episode description. But make sure to follow us, do the subscriptions to the YouTube, and join us in the chat. And if you're watching the recording, do the liking and the commenting and the sharing and all of that stuff. And And if you're listening on a podcast, please consider giving us a rating and leaving us a review because it super helps with the algorithm. Zach's not here right now. So, oh man, I wasn't even, okay, yeah, let's see. You know, one of the terrible things about being a DM is that you really have to know everything. Or at least you have to know how to find everything. And that's why Roll20 is so good. Because if there's a rule that you need to find, there's a search bar right there. And you just type it in, and there it is. There's the rule. You read it, and boom. It's right there on the same thing. Roll20. Cool. All right. That's good enough. Hopefully Zach approves. Next, also, Sirenscape, thank you so much for allowing... Yeah, he probably won't. Thank you so much for allowing us to use your awesome music app. We've been using it ever since the beginning of the campaign. I actually had to go through some of the other sound sets to take out rain because it's sunny in Barovia now. So,
but it's never sunny in Barovia. That's what your shirt says.
And then the episode title is "It's Always Sunny in Barovia." So I'm just throwing mixed signals here.
I don't know what's happening.
Well, I don't know. Anyways, thanks, Sirenscape. Y'all are awesome. Yeah, recap. So, last session was quite a doozy. You all began your rest. You were able to achieve a long rest for both Citron and Lumaria. During that rest, 3 hours had gone by, and Bocephalus noticed a scrying ball, and then you all discussed what you were going to do, but in the end you decided to continue the long rest. Luckily, and somehow my rolls were... I rolled 6 different times, and yet none of them were over 15. But you were able to successfully finish a long rest, and then you began the ritual. You then saw all of the pillars turn to black obsidian, which you then saw each of your reflections inside, reflections that showed your future if you were to become a Dark Lord. You were then told to choose. And after much discussion, Katya was the choice. The battle was absolutely incredible, but in the end, the Misfits were victorious, and then you awoke from the vision, reconsecrating the shrine, and found the clouds beginning to part above you. It's about midday at this time. For some, this is the first time ever seeing the sun, but for most, this is the first time in a long time seeing the sun. So, with that in mind, what do you all want to do?
Beatrice immediately just like pulls her hat lower on her head, keeping the sun off of herself. It's like, ugh.
Beatrice would be the only one bothered by the sun.
I moved here. I used to. I moved here for the weather. They don't have sunscreen yet, as far as I know.
True. It's probably some magic item.
I think Vaughn stares directly into the sun.
Yeah.
I just put my hands on my hips and just stare at the sun. Very confused.
Esmeralda is just gonna watch and just like look to see if anybody else is gonna say anything.
Citron's too busy laying in the grass, soaking up those rays.
Yeah,
that will probably speed up the rotting of the flesh he has sewn onto his body.
Esmeralda will go to Vaughn and be like, Vaughn, you're not supposed to look directly at the sun. That could blind you.
Why?
That's just something that you don't do.
Why did the moon get very bright?
That's not the moon. That is the sun.
Hmm.
You can actually still see the moon if you look just over that way. Do you see that? That's actually the moon.
Oh, that's much nicer to look at. There are these strange dots that are now just in the center of my vision.
That's going to take a while to go away.
Hmm.
Are you staring at the sun, Vaughn?
I was, yes.
You probably shouldn't do that. Just lie here next to me and just soak it up.
Is- That can't be healthy.
I mean, I sew on dead body parts. That's not really healthy either. But I do it anyway, so
I mean, it's kept you in good health. You have
define
a
good
body.
health.
That is good.
That is good health. Yeah, I've got a body. I can do things with it. I can. I I'm so happy that there's sunshine right now. That's all I really care about. Oh God, it's been what, 700 years, give or take. Oh, this is lovely.
It's properly humid. We've had nothing but rain and now it's just hot.
So is it just going to be like that now? Forever?
I hope so.
Forever?
Sorsha says,
until-
well, I don't know. I think it's quite up to the Fanes. They are the ones that control nature, so maybe this is more of a gift.
So are they like back now?
I can feel a change. I think they are. I think we did it.
Lumari, how many different suns have you seen?
As like Lumari has been in this moment of just looking up, basking in the sun rays kind of energy. Has like the shield to the side. There is technically only perhaps one sun, but many stars that give light. For every little dot that once scattered the sky is another sun to someone. This
Which
one
one's
is
been your favorite?
I once saw one that was dying, breaking down and falling apart. It was poetic to see such a pure and radiant white light descend into something they call a nova. For it to almost collapse and then explode.
Citrin gets very excited and sits up and says, poetry. That's what we're missing right now.
Are you going to read to us,
I-
Citrin?
I mean, first, that's pretty dang freaking awesome. The star that I want to see that. But also, yes, poetry. I have Citrin like digs through his bag, and I've got erotic gnome poetry volumes 1, 3, and 7. Um, Probably not the best for reading out loud.
Only one way to find out.
All right, let's do this. I'm going to look up erotic poetry.
Oh God.
Yes!
Well, yeah.
Yes!
While you're flipping through to find a good one. So
Yeah.
what, now that this thing is here, what do we do? We're all still beat up, presumably.
Right.
Our
and,
beat upness from the thing carried over.
right. And also worth noting, there is another little thing we're going to have to deal with called the night time, which do we know exactly how long we have until night falls? I sort of look towards Saoirse like timing is a little harder to track with the absence of the sun. I mean, can we kind of tell based on where it is now?
4 hours. I think it's like around 2 p.m.
Right. So assuming sunfall around maybe like
Oh.
6, 7, we only have, fair few hours before the sun goes down, and then we are exposed again. So we need to get somewhere safe in the next 5 hours.
What constitutes as safe?
I have no clue.
Great.
Because at this point, I don't see a reason he shouldn't kill us. Just somewhere he doesn't know where we are, I guess.
But if he can scry on us at any point.
Somewhere unrecognizable, at least.
Somewhere in the trees.
Any trees.
Any part of forest will probably look relatively identical.
But definitely far from here. So even if we move into the forest, I don't think we should just go. And I point to the forest near us. I'm like, I don't think just 100 yards that way will quite cut it, but just far from here and unrecognizable.
Because what time of day is it again?
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
I wrote a poem.
You wrote a poem?
Yeah, haiku.
Oh, amazing.
I have a master's degree in creative writing, so this was
Incredible. Let's hear it.
Finally paid off.
Yes, finally paid off. Except I did not focus on poetry. Poetry is not my thing, but Citron just interrupts this important conversation and starts reading. There was no one else. Your lips like an autumn sun, and we became love. Yeah.
Surprisingly,
All right, I'm satisfied.
surprisingly sensitive for erotic poetry. But I haven't met many gnomes, so I don't really.
I decided maybe right now wasn't the time for like the more
I see that you're relatively in the beginning of the book.
yes.
I assume it builds.
There is a different version of this where lips has been replaced. Yeah. So we'll leave it there.
It was a nice poem.
Thank you. I mean, I didn't write it, so I mean, that's a lie. He's covering up the author page, which
That's where the writing is.
There's
yeah.
like a glossy headshot of you on the back of it.
Yes. I mean, look, Citron's been in Barovia for several hundred years. He had to pass his time somehow.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
So 5 hours.
5 hours. How far can we walk in 5 hours?
Well, I don't think we should go anywhere in walking distance. Does anyone have an option to move us quickly?
I am fresh out of any sort of magical capabilities.
You did marvelously just to get us here and handle everything you have handled.
Though
Lumari points at his feet.
Of course. Okay.
I could change into a big animal, like a flying one, like an eagle or something. But I wouldn't be able to get everyone.
And Citron, you don't have the option to teleport us to your word of recall either?
Actually might. Hold on.
There's just something for me. Some of this music I haven't heard since the very beginning of this campaign. It's like surreal.
Yeah. Because it was like the stuff you used before they got into the mist.
Right. So like they have
Wow.
like more lighthearted music and then it turns into like more darker music depending on where you go. And it's just been dark this entire time. And then this is like traveling in Barovia music from like the general land of Barovia. Wild.
Whoa.
Almost 3 years.
Yeah. No, I definitely I can't transport us right now. I used my higher level magic to keep us alive.
Totally understandable.
Just where do we want to specifically go? I might have an idea.
Somewhere far enough away from here that they won't find us in a random circular search over the course of the nighttime, but also somewhat unrecognizable. So I think the ideal situation is to get as far away as possible and then find somewhere unrecognizable there. So for instance, if we could have gone to our Gainesville, so then hightail it into the forest and find just a random crop of trees that won't tell them where we are.
Out of curiosity, I know some of you have been here long enough, and do you happen to know of any particular arcane sigils that one would use to, I don't know, teleport and might happen to know those sigils?
I mean, the sigils to teleport to Argmashtold.
Well, if you give me, like, I don't know, 30 minutes to take a quick break, then, I might be able to, write some weird things and we can maybe go somewhere.
That
Well, that would be
Esmeralda starts
lovely.
talking. Yeah, there is a tower near Lake Baratok that is able to cover your position. It keeps divination magic out. But that is where my mentor is. And last time we left, it wasn't so great. So that's just one place that we could go.
Very nice.
Well, unless we have a way to get there, I don't know if that would really help.
Did we ever get Archibald's spell book? I know we went to his desk and like sweeped everything off of it, but I'm wondering if like he had like any teleportation sigils, because I know Johans and I know Casimir didn't. But Archibald is high enough level that maybe, because he teleported. We knew that he could teleport.
I can't remember if you did or not. Because I know that pretty soon after, that's when like the flood of like
Flesh. Yeah.
flesh and blood and all that stuff started happening. So I don't know if you
I don't think we ever
found it or
looted
looked.
his body, because I think we just
Right.
got, me and Beatrice just got his desk.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
that's right.
wasn't
It
the
turned
building kind of collapsing after? So we had a jet.
Yeah, and I think he kind of just like turned into like
He did turn into a big blob monster.
right.
So
yeah.
I wasn't gonna really. Yeah, I know, right? It was really sexy.
That's actually
I
one
wasn't
of your
really
writing
gonna.
known poems.
Talk about
Oh,
body,
yeah.
yada, 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 you know?
I would say
I got it.
under the circumstances, no. Unless we go back and I say yes, you found the spell book. I'll look back later, but
I would have assumed that I
don't
wrote it
think that
down.
happened. Right.
Yeah.
Maybe I
don't-
was too
yeah.
busy writing down all the body parts that we were getting added on to us. Um,
I'm gonna make a dog out of this.
yeah.
So good.
I have an Archibald intestine sample, but I don't.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, lovely. I'm glad we kept the important things.
Yeah, the tower, Esmeralda suggested, sounds awesome, but we don't have a way to get there, unless because that wouldn't be something that we could get closer to by going to our Gainville slot, and that's like essentially our only teleport option would be our Gainville slot. And that's only if Citron rests.
Right. There, just to be clear, there aren't any like teleportation circles in Arginvost.
Right.
So that
It would be word
is
recall to
like
get us there.
right. It would have to be like word of recall in order to get there,
I mean,
unless
Isn't
there's
word
something
of
that Lumari
recall-
has under in their sleeve.
I have
Always, maybe.
I have a theory of what we could do. Citron, you don't breathe, right?
I do not know.
So theoretically, we could walk for 4 hours. We put you in the portable hole, and then once you have your long rest in the hole, you can all wake up and get us somewhere else. If that's an idea that we like, presumably.
And at
Checking if
least we're not
Katya has to
waiting here.
breathe.
So
Katya also does not have to
it
breathe.
doesn't. So it doesn't. I guess this is GM ruling word of recall. It doesn't specifically say anything about sigils, but I have to designate a place of sanctuary.
Which I think you
And
did.
You
Yeah.
did. You designated Argene
but like
Boastful.
wouldn't I feel like that might involve some sigil work or something that I'd have to have put somewhere there.
Are you asking if you like how to make a teleportation circle essentially?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So the only reason why I'm saying no is because one is divine and one is arcane. So what you would use for one doesn't necessarily. It's rectangle and square kind of thing, where like yes,
Okay.
it's teleport, but it's not. It's not the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
In which case, yeah, I mean, I'd be fine being in a bag, just meditating for 4 hours. I could do that. Sounds lovely.
Katya and Esmeralda, do you have any you are familiar with the forests and travel? Can you try and cover our tracks as we're moving?
I can try and do that. Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard.
I think that's a good plan.
I can also cast a spell to make it so that we're a little difficult to see.
Well, get on with it. I think that's a lovely idea.
I believe does cast without a trace also pass without trace, does that also cover footprints too? I can't remember.
I think the wording is it removes the trace, like it literally removes traces of you.
Each creature, yeah, can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives a boon leaves behind no tracks or other tracks of its passage. So, yeah, we got 3 second level spell slots ready to go.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that then. I will just say that we cast all 3. I even have a 3rd level spell that we could use, but I'll keep that up to you.
Well, yeah, I think it would be nice to because we're going to travel for 4 hours. So it'd be at night, at least definitely the first 2 hours of it. We want that.
Right.
And then maybe we use the last castings when we're moving away from our Gainville slope, because there's a chance they'll send somebody there and then look for us. So I think it'd be good to I think 2 hours travel here with it and then go there and then 2 hours travel there with it.
Okay.
Excellent. I also have a little to help kind of keep things quiet and so we can all stay in tune. I'm going to cast Rary's Telepathic Bond, which is not concentration, surprisingly.
It's not. It's really good.
Yeah, it's a really good spell.
Yeah.
So we are
sick.
now all bonded telepathically.
Yeah.
Is it 4th level? No, it's 5th.
5th.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And you could cast it as a ritual too.
oh, I mean, ritually that's only 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
No. Yes.
Well, it's 10 minutes plus however long it takes to cast the spell.
Which is an action, yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
read
10
1 hour
minutes.
for
Yeah.
a second, but yeah,
So-
10 minutes.
Shit, I'm gonna cast that as a ritual.
Cool.
1 point
Like,
of... Go ahead.
I
I was
was-
saying 1 point of water tech. I need to go.
Sorry. All right. I'm going to cast real quick a little telepathic bond spell so that we can all keep in touch. And if you need to get my attention inside the bag, you're not yelling inside a bag.
1 point of order. It is a separate plane of
Plane of
existence.
existence.
And it specifically says in the last line, you can't extend to different planes of existence. So all of us can communicate, but we wouldn't be able to communicate into
All right,
you.
well,
Let
Right, yeah.
me look at
then you'll have to
something.
yell into a bag.
Yelling.
Oh, your
Your
So as long as I'm within 10 miles of it, that's the only wording that it says. Which then it's the portal to this plane of existence. is- yeah. How
yeah,
does
that-
that work?
I would say no. I would say it's in the same. Because, this is a 5th level spell and it's saying it can't do it. I would say that that's also on the same level.
Then nope, we have to be within a mile of each other for my other thing. So never mind. How many ways can I telepathically communicate with people?
Right, yeah.
None across dimensions.
Sending is one of the few that actually works across dimensions, I think.
Which,
And
if
it
you
has
were
like
to
that 5% of
open,
failing.
Yeah.
If we just
you
kind
were
of open the hole a little bit and just talk into it, or
which I
just
mean, like, yeah, you could just stick your head in and you're in the same demiplane, and then boom, you're good.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Like,
So yeah, I
it's
mean, like,
literally
if
a
you need
little.
to get as
Cool. Well, I say
Good
let's
option.
roll. Do we want to
Cool.
just move?
just do we want to
Move.
head towards the DoubleTree Hotel?
I need to show
Do we wanna
everybody now.
Do we want to start walking that way, or do we want to go the opposite direction? So in case like they do look into us, they think that we're going the opposite way of Arginvostold.
That
I should say
is
in character.
that is the DoubleTree Hotel, everyone. It is a DoubleTree on the map that I created, and it's now a hotel.
So
Lovely.
just perhaps I'm not quite sure. Is the plan to run away from the castle and come back?
Correct. We're not trying to go to the castle right now. We're just trying to make it through the next night.
Oh, another point of order. I can only technically take 5 of you with me, so we have to make sure people.
The rest of us
Somebody
can be
needs.
in the hole.
Yes. Okay.
God, it's such a
Excellent.
good cheat code.
Yeah.
So we are going to go survive the night and then go to the castle in the next morning?
I think there's like an awkward look. Frankly, we have not thought past what we
This.
just figured out.
I see.
We know that now he is weaker than he was, but the idea of actually getting into the castle and how we want to approach that haven't quite passed it yet.
Have we considered going to the front door?
If you've considered getting shot a bunch,
By who?
presumably all of his guards that he has in his castle.
Those guards means nothing. You just walk through the front door. Sora is an ego. You just tell him I'm here to face you, and what, he's going to shoot us?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we just stole his godly power.
He also has, I think, a 120-foot drawbridge that is fully retracted over a thousands fathoms deep chasm. Not to mention, there's no way to get inside. There's no reason he would directly challenge you.
No, but he would have us come in. You telling me is that we are able to bring sunlight, and Sora would not be like, come inside so I can hurt you. Come, please. He wouldn't just try to kill us on the front door.
Well, I mean, he could wait till nighttime and then just go out, kill us on the front door.
Yeah, so we just wait till next morning and we come say hello.
Sure, regardless, we're not doing that now. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow morning after we've all rested. Who knows? But
Just my understanding is if we are going somewhere and we have the sunlight in within the next say 4 to 6 maybe 8 hours, the sun will go down,
Right.
which means it will be nighttime,
Right.
which means Throd will be aware and rested that he needs to do whatever he needs to do immediately.
right? So are you suggesting we go fight him right now before the sun goes down?
I would do it, but then again, I'm not worried about whatever Throd would throw at me from the castle.
Frankly, this is the dilemma. I currently have none of my reserves, truly none. So you'd be going in without me. I am nothing but a pretty bag of bones and flesh that he could beat up at this point. I would be of no assistance to you. So
Well, if that is true, you are not useless.
I do have a very nice gun, but I would be essentially useless to you today. So, and I think that is true of a couple of us, that we
Yes.
really do need to rest before we can do anything. And given the fact that resting for a full time means we have to survive the nighttime, we need to find a way to survive the nighttime before we do anything else.
Okay. Caution, I see. That is fair.
By all means. And I sort of like gesture in the direction of the castle.
I mean, if you wish to be like every other failed adventurer in Barovia and go to the castle and get murdered, go ahead.
No, I understand. I just think
Yeah,
that
please,
we are.
don't. You promised to take me to the stars. Please don't die.
I understand. I believe that right now he is weaker than we are weak, but I do understand the need to feel more prepared.
No, and he is. He's on the back foot. That's certainly true. But if people elected to go, sure, I'm not going in there right now. I
He
would be
also
useless. I
has-
truly wouldn't be helpful.
Allies, people that are not as powerful as him, but
Katya's
similarly
mother.
as powerful. Katya's mother is one, his brides are another.
And they all turn too.
Rahadin.
And also, like,
Rahadin.
the sun is out. Strahd has less influence, less power, less.
Yes,
He's
but the second
nothing
we
more.
go into the castle, we're ruined.
I see. I
That's
said
his
I
domain.
agree. I will go with you in the preparation approach.
But I agree. Tomorrow morning, when the sun is up again, maybe it's the day. You know.
I'm saying, wherever we go, whoever Strahd works with was able to see us anyway. Wherever we go, they're going to find us.
Right. As long as it's not recognizable, hopefully they shouldn't be able to figure out where we are. So I think what we have now for surviving the night, and that is the next conversation to have. What's the next step?
Right.
I mean, if we're an end game, we're going to go after Strahd. I have some helpful spells to keep us all in even better health than we are now, but I need some certain components. I need diamonds.
How many? What kind?
Diamonds are this guy's best friend. I need several worth at least 1,000. But it doesn't hurt to have more for Revivify. I've got a few other spells that can bring you back from the dead. Fix severed limbs. There's a giant feast that'll give us lots of extra health, and it's yummy.
Okay. So don't die and carb blow before.
Yes, carbon loading's very important.
I will remind you that you also have 500 diamonds worth. I believe Beatrice has it. But
500 gold worth of diamonds?
Do I? Let
That's
me
what
see
I
if I
meant.
still have that. Let me see if I still
Yeah,
have
that's
that.
that's
I
for the
think we might have-
Revivify.
500
we-
diamonds
Right.
worth of gold.
500 diamonds
hello.
worth of gold. That would be insane. So much gold.
I do have one 500 gold piece diamond. That is correct.
I don't know
Well,
if Beatrice would openly admit
oh
that.
yeah, I don't, yeah, I wouldn't
That's
hide
Beatrice's.
that. That's mine.
Right.
Hold on to it, but, yeah, I think definitely this. Let's all maybe take this next 4-hour trek while Citron is resting for us to all reflect on what we think the next step is, and we can discuss that when we come to our breaks in this journey. But we should start moving now, just in case people are always keeping an eye.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have Bocephalus kind of circle us and keep an eye out for a scrying orb.
Yeah. Nothing
Yeah.
yet. Okay.
Cool.
So,
So-
pass without trace, 2 hours, moving
Yep.
east.
Yeah, which way do we want to go?
Sure.
Do we want to go east or do we want to go?
It really
you
doesn't matter.
probably
We're
want to go
trying-
west, right? I mean,
The
east is towards.
towards the castle.
Yeah,
How about south toward the mountain? So it's at least
that'd
not,
be fine.
just a random direction.
Sure. Okay.
I don't super want to walk in the direction of where we're gonna end up anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
We could also
Okay.
go north, just like not east or west.
Yeah.
Let's see. How long?
A gem
What
encrusted
is-
bowl. I need a gem encrusted bowl for the feast.
Oh, it's not a goblet.
No. I mean,
Bowl's
goblet's
close to a
kind of a
goblet.
bowl. Yeah.
Hey, look at that. Roll 20. Travel
Telling you how long it
pace.
takes us to travel.
Right. If you're doing it fast, you can go 4 miles in an hour.
Can we go fast under pass without a trace, or do we need to move slowly with pass without a trace?
So you can't use stealth unless you go slow, but pass without a trace in this context isn't to stealth, it's to cover your tracks. Unless you're trying to, not be seen by whatever might be in the forest. That is up to you though. So you'll still get the effects of no tracks, no matter what. don't even think that you'd really be able to get very far anyways.
Yeah, I mean, really, it doesn't matter how far we go this time because we're going to teleport. This is really just like so we're not
Right.
here.
You're just getting
Yeah.
out of here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well then you would be... Oh, you'd be going 16 because you have to do 4 miles. Or I mean 4 hours. You could almost get to Valakai.
It almost gets us to Valakai.
Real quick, how's everyone doing health-wise?
My health reset after that fight, so I actually don't know, but I don't think I took that much damage.
I mean, you
Okay.
took a bunch of damage for Citron. You took 60 points of damage.
Oh, I did. That's
Oh.
right.
because you did that whole thing. I'm at
Whoops.
55.
Forgot about that.
My bad.
Put myself down at like 40 hit points.
I am
You
like
got a big hit.
I'm like halfway. I'm like 50-50. You know, I'm like I could keep going, but also I could bleed to death soon. You know, that middle ground.
Katya's just like, I am A-okay. I didn't take any
Right, well-
damage.
And you didn't
The
see
other-
anything either.
The other you took a lot of damage.
All right. Well, just before I go in, now that I've casted psychic woo woos, let's do a little extra healing. I'm gonna do mass cure wounds. So that's 3d8.
Sorsha does have some first level spells left over. So if there's anybody that... Actually, let's see. Does she have...
That
What's
is
Unicorn
14
do
points for
again?
everyone.
14.
Guess restores hit points to any
No
creature
way.
inside or outside. Each creature of your choice.
That puts me at 69.
If you cast a
Nice.
spell.
Never
Nice.
mind. I was gonna cast another. I was gonna cast Prayer of Healing, but now let's say at the 69. Plus
Um,
Prayer of Healing
It's
is
plus your
10 minutes
spellcasting modifier,
anyway.
isn't it? So it's not 69.
does any
Oh,
anybody
yeah,
need
plus-
more health?
That
Because
should
Sorsha
uh,
be
can do like a
5.
mass heal of... Oh my god. Hold on. That's like really good.
What is what?
If you cast a spell using a spell slot to restore hit points to any
Yeah,
creature
plus 5,
inside
so
or
that's
outside
19.
of the aura, each creature of your choice in the aura also regains hit points equal to your druid level, which is 15 or 14 right now. That's
That's the
wild.
Is that the unicorn?
What's the spell?
That's the
Oh.
unicorn.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's insane. And it's that 30-foot radius thing. Jeez.
Circle of
All right.
Shepherd, dude.
Well, I'm just gonna cast a first level healing wounds on or cure wounds on someone, and then everybody
Everyone
just
gets-
automatically gets 14. That's wild.
An additional 14? Nice.
An additional
less
14.
Than 50%.
I'll heal you then, Lumari. Let's see what this.
And plus 14. I'm at 88.
Yeah, level 1. Damn. That was a full 13 right there.
Plus 14 then, right?
And then I believe any creature within the aura also gets... Let me just make sure that it's not any other creature. Cast using source any creature inside or outside of the aura. Each creature of your choice in the aura also regains... Yeah, so you get another 14 as well.
I'll take it.
Druids are
Cool.
good. Who would've
Birds are
thought?
wild. Holy shit. We can do another round if you'd like. She has another 2 first level spells. Up to you guys if you want her to keep it or
Well,
not.
On a scale of like 1 to 115, if I was just saying random numbers,
Random
Right.
numbers.
I would say like I'm like an 81 now.
That's pretty good. Okay.
I'm a 68.
Oh, you're one short.
I know.
Sorsha
Yeah.
casts Goodberry right now.
I don't have it
Goodberry would
prepared.
cast code so many.
Oh my god. That would be wild. Holy shit.
Yeah, because right, would that work where it's like each Goodberry would
Wait, hold on. No, because you're not casting a spell that restores
To
hit
heal,
points.
yeah.
You're casting a spell that creates berries. They themselves regain
That's a-
hit points for you.
That'd be really cool, though.
That would have been nuts. 10 Like, that would have been as nuts, probably even more crazy than the Artificer 10 times a day thing.
Honestly, I'm sure there's been a DM who's like made that call of like, yeah, Goodberry counts for this, and then they're like,
regretted it immediately. What have I
just, like,
done?
panting.
Cool. And I guess even though it's only for like 10 minutes, I'm going to cast Emboldening Bond on everyone too before I jump in that bag.
Just in case. Cool.
Yeah,
And just in case, if anybody wants to let me know that they're finally coming to age or something, that would be the time.
I think the only one that would be close enough to that is Vaughn.
Right.
Saying, if Ron wants to like be like, I'm
Have
an
a
adult
1 hour
now.
long ceremony.
Turning 18.
No, Vaughn's 19.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I can marry two of you, and you would gain +2 AC.
And I can marry another two, and we just keep that up, make a
love that.
molecule AC marriage.
I love the idea of like a very pro marriage, like a very pro marriage cleric who it's just because they really want to cast ceremony all the time. So they're constantly trying to marry
Listen,
people.
Hey, it might be a pro strat for the fight against Strahd for some of us to get married.
Somebody's got to fall in love real quick. Get a
It doesn't
romance
say that.
going.
It doesn't say that. It just says you have to get married.
That's true.
I legit might try and find someone to marry just so I can get that sweet, sweet AC. Hold on. Let me...
That's the end of this game. Is we
Are
all
you
get
ready
married.
for the
7
responsibility
days.
of marriage, though, Citron?
I mean, he's like 700.
Could you imagine? We show up to Strahd's wedding, and
Like,
then
oh,
we
actually-
all get married.
We,
all during the
we
PvP
just
because-
upstage his wedding.
Yeah, we shall all show
He
up
wouldn't be
in
mad
like,
at all.
bridal gowns and tuxes and get married in front
God,
of
I'm
him.
preparing. I'm going to prepare ceremony just in case, just for this.
Remember, so if
Oh.
if you are planning to go to the wedding, that is just about 3 weeks from now. I think it's actually exactly 3 weeks because I think
We have enough time to go to the mall.
yeah,
We have enough time to get a custom
super-
gown.
Super enough, yeah. I mean,
We do not have enough time to get a custom gown. Do you know how long it takes for a custom wedding dress to come in? Like 6 months.
that's
We have an artificer
wild.
with a portable
That's
hole.
true. That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
True.
yeah. Oh, speaking of, does Citron know that you build shit as an artificer?
I
and
mean,
you've seen her
I'm
do
around.
it.
You have a lot of.
Yeah.
I have a lot of contraptions, so you'd probably
Okay.
guess. Like they look very. They look very like. Oh, you made them.
And if you've
Okay.
been
So
in the
those,
hole, you would have seen the workshop.
Those motes of things that you use with your whatever the first ability you get as an artificer. I can't remember what it
Eldritch
is
Cannon?
now.
Oh.
Oh, the
Oh,
things that make the
the
sound.
Anchor tools.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those things you have seen, and that takes just a little bit of work, just like
Yeah.
6 seconds of work that you just like,
Okay.
and then
Then
I would
so
say
you've seen her make stuff.
for sure. Yeah.
yeah, Citron's
Magical tinkering.
Magical
probably.
tinkering.
We need to move. So I'll have Citron
I assumed we've been
talk to
walking.
Beatrice later. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
We just have the hole slightly open and Citron's head's poking out of it. Go to bed.
I will say, like, as we get ready to do that, I will make a point. Lamari is definitely going to make sure to look towards the sun again, closing their normal eye, their right eye, leaving just the mechanical eye, and just like giving a focus, just so they know.
cool.
Cool.
All right, yeah. That's cool. I like that.
And
Okay. And we're walking, and we're walking. The sun is out.
In your
There's
There's-
nothing that hits you guys. You are able to travel to 4 hours without anything happening. It's about 6 o'clock now. It is in the winter time of Barovia, so the sun is going to start going down soon.
So we need to stop.
But you do have enough time, Citron. You are able to come out of the hole, and you are able to cast Ward of Recall if that is.
Yep.
I'm imagining the plan still. You teleport over to Argene Vostholt.
And then immediately leave. Walk out the building.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Right?
Uh,
That's the plan. This place
Absolutely.
is too
Yeah, that's up to
recognizable.
you. If you want to do anything before leaving, that's fine. Up to you.
Like, what is the plan with now that we're here? And I guess during our 4 hour walk, I want to clarify, we're
Yeah.
going to Argynvostholt, then walk out of Argynvostholt to go.
Can
Somewhere
I,
unrecognizable, just woods.
can, can,
Unless we
DM,
have a better plan.
DM Johnny, can I,
Yes.
because Citron's been around a while, can I say that he has somewhere within walking distance that we can get to has maybe a tree house he built that we can go to?
Absolutely. Sure.
Excellent.
Are you
Party house.
proficient in wood
No,
carving
not at all.
tools?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so anyway.
Okay. Incredible. Yeah, you can
it
go to
wouldn't
it
be
though.
amazing, but he's also had a really long time. I'm sure maybe he's hired people. Again, I don't expect it to be it's not
Yeah. No, for
oh
sure.
shit, actually also I could prepare this Temple of the Gods, give us an actual little temple to hang out in. So yeah, so Citron's gonna bring this up like, all right, it's within walking distance of here, like it's far enough away. I've got a little secret lair we can go to. Or we can walk somewhere and I can just make a whole ass temple for us to just chill in for 24 hours.
Is
So treehouse or temple?
would this temple be like an extra dimensional space, or would it be within this plane?
Damn.
I'm not
within
familiar
this-
with this incantation.
Holy shit.
Ah,
That's
fucking
really nice.
wild, dude. A holy
Yeah.
symbol worth 5 gold pieces and you get it for 24 hours? That's
You choose a
fucking
creature type
wild.
upon casting, and they have to make a save to enter. If not, they can't, and it can't. Divination sensors can't go in it.
Holy cow.
Takes an hour
That's
to cast.
fucking
That's the
perfect.
worst part.
I think
It's just
after
in the
all the
backyard of
walk,
Argynvostholt.
Forget the
So-
treehouse. Forget the treehouse.
yeah, after like
No,
we
this
walk
is
for
the
4
treehouse.
hours and we're so
this is the-
we're so stressed out, and then Citron's just like this. I'm like, this is the first time you. Why didn't you mention this at any point? At any point before now?
This is a recent thing. I'm sure you know, sometimes you feel stronger, like you're attached to stronger magic. This is a very recent thing. Like I've been with y'all for like what, a week maybe. This is like within the past 2 days. We're like Divine, Argynvost, Bahamut have been like, hey, by the way, kid, you can do this now.
Well, that sounds ideal.
Yeah.
Now
Rock
they can
on.
physically pass through and it can't be dispelled. What the hell?
So it's
I said this is
Sorry, go ahead.
very recent.
Yeah, no, I assume you just
Yeah.
got it at level up, but like it's just funny for like in the context of being like, what? After all this, we just talk about. So is this kind of similar to the wizard spell or whatever the
Mordecai
yeah
and
Mordecai and
Magnificent Mansion.
Magnificent.
yeah.
Very similar.
Um,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Except
religious.
this also has like a hallow effect almost.
And a
as
boosted
well.
heal while you're in there.
Right.
Mhm.
It's a 7th
That's
level spell.
nuts. Dang. Yeah, I mean, I think. Go ahead.
It also has like they get a D4 on negative. They're baned regardless,
Oh,
even if they do get in. They
Right,
got
yeah,
baned.
Exactly.
Nuts.
Yeah, and then and
It's wild. So it's like the
that's what it is.
Druid Grove one too, because Druids have one just like this.
Right,
I think
yeah.
also at this level.
And there I am, just wanting Steel Wind Strike, and you over here making real estate.
Yeah, I can make decisions about the appearance, so I can make it all camouflagey and shit.
But it's like a physical space in our realm. It's not like
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It doesn't say anything about being extra dimensional.
Up to
It's a physical
120
space.
feet on each side.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth like getting away, like still hiking away from our Gainesville, so just in case like people
Yeah.
start
Druid
looking
Grove
around.
is the word.
right.
We can
Yeah.
get 24 hours of planning. Like, let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
god.
a
That sounds
fucking-
incredible.
Wild spell. Like, and then you can
I've
just
never heard
long
of
rest
this
and
before.
still have it going. Like, that's
Yeah.
fucking wild. And the only thing that you have to do is have a holy symbol worth at least 5 gold pieces, which it doesn't even consume. That's
Which
Yeah.
like
I'm
I feel
gonna
like
say,
any
like-
person is gonna any cleric's gonna have that.
I have
Well, yeah,
that.
even Vaughn has it.
Yeah, Vaughn has 2 of them.
I'm gonna say within the for saying that I thought you meant the spells, not
Oh, no,
the
no, the
holy
holy symbol,
symbol. I'm like,
not the
you've
spell.
got 2 of these. What? I'm gonna say like because we got rid of the Fanes, like that's what it was. Like Citron, like within the past
Awakened.
4 hours, like during
Ooh.
like there was some like dream sequence scene where like Argynvost was like, "Hey, I can give you this little extra thing."
I'm gonna have a
There
conversation with my
are-
patron.
There are some caveats now. Temple is made of opaque magical force that extends into the ethereal plane, blocks ethereal travel. Nothing can physically pass through the temple's exterior. It can't be dispelled by dispel magic. An anti-magic field has no effect on it. A disintegrate spell destroys the temple instantly.
Yeah, which we know he has
Strahd
because
has.
he tried to disintegrate Beatrice.
That's okay.
Right.
He'll
Correct.
waste disintegrate on this temple. Fight me.
Yeah,
Right. It's
I
just
mean,
like another
he can
thing of like we
disintegrate-
don't want this to be found.
Right.
yeah.
But like
He
he
can
can't
disintegrate
scry it.
Argynvost's hold. Like
he can't,
can't scry-
find
exactly.
us.
Yeah.
The only thing that he would like have to do is
He'd
I
have
mean,
to
Bar-
find it.
right in Barovia
finds it, yeah.
in this campaign is fucking huge. So like he would have to be riding Bocephalus around for quite a while in order to even find where a temple is, and he would have to like look for a temple too. So it's very, very low chance that that happens.
This
Yeah.
rocks.
Yeah, I say we get as far as we can from this recognizable landmark and cast that temple. Probably keep it small, but and like camouflage, but yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
I mean, now I kind of want like a very brief, like 30-second roleplay scene where while Citron's meditating, Argynvost just comes to him like,
Ooh.
"Hey, buddy."
Remember who you are.
You got it, dude. Perfect. Thank you. That's all I wanted.
As you cast this though. So getting back to serious mode. You're traveling out from Argynvost Holt, casting Pass Without Trace so that there's no marks. You're traveling out an hour, 2 hours, because you can.
Sunset's the determining factor.
Yeah, how long do we have until
Sun-
sunset?
Sun is setting soon. The 6th, it was at 6 when Citron was able to get out.
Yeah.
So from all of this talk and from the previous talk, probably 6:30 right now, the sun looks like it's going down and there's mountains around. So I would say that sun's going down within the next 30 minutes.
Well,
Yeah, so
we have to walk like 10 feet and cast the spell because it's casting
Right.
out in an hour.
oh shoot, it's
Yeah.
an hour.
That's the problem, is it's an hour to cast.
Ah man. Okay, damn it. That is not great. I mean, is there a chance we just can we make it hour and a half into nighttime like without casting it? No, right? Like
I mean, if we're just in woods, it will still be difficult to figure out where we are, even if he scries on us. If he does, scrying sensors can be destroyed, right? If they are seen. 'Cause they can in Baldur's Gate.
Right. The scrying
But
eyes
that's
or whatever.
different.
Right.
Because if Bocephalus can see it and then we can like destroy it, then that buys us a bit more if a scry is cast. In theory.
It doesn't say anything about destroying it. Dispel magic could do it for sure.
Yeah.
You would have to, save to 5th.
which we
But
don't have.
it's just like a magical moat. So there's
Yeah.
nothing to attack or
Right.
destroy. It's just magic. Yeah.
Okay. Worth asking.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we just got to be somewhere that he can't see it from our Gainbos, though, because essentially what we're saying is like if he scries on that location and then happens to see the temple, that's the situation in which we're fucked.
Yeah. I mean, I think we have to walk a little bit until we
Yeah.
are in the woods enough to be out of line of sight of our Ginvoshtold,
Mm-hmm.
and then cast it.
Yeah.
I think that's the only option.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Right.
book it 30 minutes, like move fast 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. You're able to get 4 miles away.
Damn.
Or no, 2 miles away.
Oh.
No.
Because it's half
Less.
an hour.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
That's still not bad. Like that.
Yeah.
We're
Deep in a woods.
booking.
Yeah. Okay. You are traveling 30 minutes out. Hold on.
This looks like too much math that you're doing. We don't do math here.
We never do math.
You were counting on your fingers? No, too much.
I counting hours. So, uh-oh. There you are.
Did I just go dark for a second?
Yeah, it went dark for some reason. All right, so
My monitors have been doing this strange thing where they flicker off, and the monitors are the only light in here. So I don't know why that's happening.
it's weird.
It was very ominous.
It's very scary. He got me. Strahd got me.
Now.
On that note, Beatrice,
Oh.
I need you to do a wisdom saving throw.
Well, gosh darn, doesn't that make sense?
Hi, Raiders.
I was counting our hi Raiders. I was counting hours as to when the initial battle happened and right now. And lo and behold, 8
So
hours
here's
went
an
by.
Here's an interesting question that we were discussing very briefly pre-stream, but I want to check. Beatrice previously had a amulet of proof against detection,
Correct.
but I think we had discussed that I gave that to
You did,
Elvir.
and then you broke it to make the sending for Saris.
No, I broke my old sending stone.
I remember a comment saying, "I'm sorry, Elvir, you'll just have to deal. I'm making this." I remember that specifically when you guys were in Argynvostholt, but I will take your word for it. We'll say that the sending was the one that you broke. That's fine. I
Right.
do remember something like that happening. So maybe you changed your mind or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember.
Here's one thing I will say is maybe that happened, but at a different time.
Maybe.
Because I'm
yeah.
not seeing it on my list anywhere. And if I
Sure.
still had it, let's just say I don't have it. I just wanted to check. Okay, so I need to make a wisdom save.
Yeah, you wouldn't have had it. I know that for sure. You did give it to
Sure.
Elvir. That was
Yeah,
for sure
okay.
a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, in the moment when I made the Saris sending stone, I was breaking my old sending stone to make a new one.
Got it.
Because I was essentially breaking that old one I had the connection
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
Okay, wisdom save. Uh-oh. Oh, man. I don't like it. I got no bonuses that I can speak of. 22.
Which, let me just double check. Yeah. Okay.
Do I know I failed? Do I know I have a wisdom save that I made or no?
You don't know. This is a
Okay.
unknown thing.
Unaware.
But Bocephalus does. Bocephalus sees a scrying ball appear.
Can Bocephalus just like fly up and just fully block its vision. Just like
can it move? I don't know. That's a good question.
it follows.
The sensor moves with the target.
Bocephalus has his body and his 4 arms.
That's a fucking hilarious. You can see and hear through the sensor as if you were there. And if it was there, you would. I will say for this, Bocephalus needs to do a dexterity check because I mean, like, as much as it's great, like it's flying, so it's going up and down and all of that stuff. So, and I'll do a opposed. Actually, I'll see what this result is.
Okay.
And then I'll do a perception check based off of that.
He's not super dexterous, my little boy. He's all limbs.
I rolled a 17.
Yeah.
And plus stuff. So
it
does something.
Freaking out.
It does something, but
Dang it. A
not as
22
much
didn't
as it
save
could.
on that? How does the spell save?
Remember that Scry also gets modified based on how well somebody knows you and if they have something of your personal effect.
Oh, yeah, he probably
Both of those
have that.
things are a yes.
You're saying you left things in the palace that you lived at for an untold amount of time?
Oh, yeah. For sure, probably did.
Mm-hmm.
Are we... So we see Bocephalus react, so we assume there's a scrying sensor.
Oh, and immediately Vaughn would be able to see it too, looking through Bocephalus.
If I look through Bocephalus' eyes?
If you do, yeah.
How, So, I mean, Vaughn would be the first person aware of this before anyone else.
We don't have the telepathic thing anymore. I'll establish a telepathic connection. I mean, I definitely, like, pause and then just kind of turn and look at Beatrice.
I mean, I feel like we'd still have. Hold on, how long does the telepathic bond last?
An hour.
It's an hour. Yeah, so it's.
Is it? Oh.
There's another one I think that lasts.
Telepathically to Beatrice go, "You have a friend, by the way."
Oh, how deep in the forest are we? Are we in an unrecognizable location?
So he had 8 hours at 6 o'clock. This is probably happening. This is happening as you guys are leaving.
Are you in
Argene
Bushhold?
Bushhold. Yeah.
Fuck.
So we're pretty close.
So, like, can he see that location where we are? Like, can he see the thing behind us?
Most definitely. Yeah. As if he was there. So yes. It's like a little drone that's following you, but it can look around.
Damn, I really wish we would have known about the temple thing before we teleported, because it kind of would have made more sense to do it
there.
Couldn't have. Didn't have spell slots.
No, I
didn't have spell slots to do it.
But we walked for 4 hours away to an like we could have done it. You know what I mean? Like
you could have done
the
it there.
That's
I
what
see.
I mean.
I
Like
see.
There instead of the teleport too.
Yeah. Nothing we can really do.
Yeah. I'll establish a telepathic link with everyone else to tell them.
You also need to have an unoccupied space of 120 feet all the way around, and you were in the middle of a forest, which I guess you could have gone off the beaten path.
Up to, right? Yeah.
Up to, I guess. Okay, so then, yeah, I guess it wouldn't have to have been that
just
big.
really, it could be really small. Really just small temple.
Little hut of the gods.
But yeah,
Yeah.
we have some viewers right now.
I knew it was going to happen. I said it would.
We all did. I just think we were hoping we weren't going to be in full view of something.
Yeah.
We should have just took a nap where we were. Like we was open sunlight.
We couldn't have all gotten a long rest there.
No.
There's no point arguing. We're going. Go, go, go.
I really don't want to ask this question, but how long have Beatrice and I been awake for?
Not long. This is still in the same day, right? Because you guys took a long rest at Argane Vostholt, went to Berez after that long rest,
We
And then-
waited around there for some amount of time, and then we teleported.
I
and
think you
waited for
guys.
4 hours. I
No
don't
one-
think we
they did
longer.
not
like
take
it's
a
been
rest
less
at the
than 24
previous,
hours.
and then we moved, and then only me and Citron got
It's been
a
a
chance
long
to rest.
time.
Yeah.
Right, but this. So I remember that you had returned the skull, and I'm pretty sure you did a long rest there,
Yes.
right? Because
At
then.
Argynvostholt.
Right, at Argynvostholt. And this is that day. So you were up
Yes.
at like, what, 8? This is only like 7 o'clock, so you're only like hitting 11
Oh
hours.
shit! In that
right now.
case, I've only been traveling with you guys for like 2 days.
Ish, yeah. 2 or 3.
My timeline says unfortunate. Like, I don't want to be. I'm thinking based on my math, what I have, we waited for the next queue, which was going to come in around the nighttime. Activities happened late in the day until the following morning period. Because we had to wait more than 8 hours. And if we made it to morning now where there's sun, that means we had to have been up all night.
Did you guys rest outside of the shrine?
We did a short rest.
We did a short rest.
That
Short
was the whole
rest.
thing.
Yeah.
We
that was
did
the
a
whole-
But
4-hour
that was
rest.
still in the same day, though. Because did you make a long rest at Argynvostholt?
Yeah.
I'm pretty
After
sure
we
you
dropped
did.
off the skull, I think, yeah.
So then, yeah, that
I
that
actually
would
don't
mean
remember doing a long rest there.
I know
you
we
drop
did
off
one
the
of them at some point, but I don't remember if it was before or after we dropped off the skull.
Shit.
It was rested before because isn't that like I arrived? That's when Lumari arrived, and that's
Right.
when Katya and Lumari were up. So it was a long rest. Went to Argynville, so there was no reason to take a long rest. So I
we
think we
just-
left there without resting.
Right.
Yeah.
So we rested at the
Yeah.
place because that's when Demon Woman flew
Blair.
away. Blair flew away.
Right.
Yeah. Blair was
That's
the
what-
last long rest that.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay,
Only
so
me
that
and
was the
Citron have
night
acquired a
before.
long
So yeah,
rest.
this is hitting.
Right?
This is hitting into 24 hours. Then yeah, this is
So-
starting into 24 hours.
Yeah, roughly. What sounds about right.
Okay.
Right.
So I think as soon as the scrying sensor shows up and I become aware of it, I open the portable hole and I jump inside.
Okay.
I close and pick up the. Well, I don't know. Do I close it? Do you want me to close that? I'll send to
I
her.
assume so. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It moves with me, so it's going to be either in there with me or it's going to be severed. I don't know if it can go across
'Cause
planes.
Can it go into a different plane of existence?
That's what I'm looking up right now.
Beatrice just stops dead, throws the hole on the ground, and jumps in.
So theoretically, about 2 rounds, hopefully, because it takes like an action to open that thing.
Yeah.
Visual sensor within 10 feet of the target. You can see and hear through it. Sensor moves with the target remaining within 10 feet for the duration. So I would say it is in the portable hole
Cool.
because it's able to enter into it.
You can see and hear a particular creature that you choose that is on the same plane of existence as you.
Oh, I must have
That's the
skipped over
first
that.
line.
Okay, yeah. First line, duh.
Describe
So
breaks.
then once the hole closes, that's when it breaks.
I'll close the hole.
So, yes. Wow, that's a way to cut out Scry pretty quickly.
Go drop under a tunnel.
Yeah.
I'll
Can't.
Yeah. I'll open the hole just enough for Bocephalus to look in to see if it's still there.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'll
not
open
there.
the hole again.
Which same
When you
HP
reopen
that-
it, I just say, run.
Okay.
Run.
I help Beatrice out of the hole if she's getting out of the hole.
I would stay in there for 10 minutes if you guys can move faster without me. I'm slow.
True. I'll close the hole back up.
Okay.
Keep it up. Just keep listening to Beatrice in case she starts suffocating.
Yeah.
Right, I think it's every 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is a good time to go to break. Let's go to break we're gonna give away something though. I can't remember what I put up for this stream. Something. The Quiet Year. We're gonna be doing The Quiet Year, which is a map game. You define the struggles of a post-apocalyptic community and attempt to build something good with their quiet year. Every decision and every action is set against a backdrop of dwindling time and rising concern. This will be available on Roll20. So, if you would like to join this giveaway, I don't even remember what it is. Exclamation point son. You want to join in, do that in the chat. You have to be a follower to get 1 ticket. Subscribers get 2. I'll see you all in 15 minutes.
Become inspired by Sirenscape Online Player's massive sound library and weave your tabletop legends by building custom sound sets that bring your immersive world to life. Simply download the app to access the entire Sirenscape archive anytime you need epic sounds. The online player works perfectly alongside any virtual tabletop to bring your players together no matter where they are in the world. Broadcast your custom sound sets in real time with flawless audio quality to give them a game they'll never forget. Get the Sirenscape Online Player today at Sirenscape.com.
Skull Splitter Dice has something for every adventurer. The dice that you use could be the difference between life or death. With over 15 styles of metal dice, a variety of class-based cases, and other gaming accessories, we have something for every gamer. Our products are perfect for Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, and more. Be the envy of your party and get yours while supplies last by going to skullsplitterdice.com. Again, that's skullsplitterdice.com.
Table Talk is not your typical D&D TTRPG podcast. We are not here to run you through our whole campaign.
We're here to talk about everything else in the space of tabletop roleplay.
I'm your host, Alejandra Wilhelm,
And I'm also your host, Mariah Gresham.
and we're your tabletop roleplay girlies.
Are they gonna...
Oh, seriously?
The Avatar.
all of them like pop out.
You know those ghosts yet?
Oh my God, Robin! Thank you, Robin.
That's the...
ass-grabbing leather.
This is the most important of this check.
It's all written down. None of this actually happened.
Hi, we're the Slovenly Trolls. We're two big bad evil girls with a podcast all about feminism and Dungeons and Dragons. Each month we deep dive into a part of D&D history or lore, giving context as to why some problematic things are the way that they are, and encourage people in our favorite hobby to do better. So if you enjoy nuanced discussions, nerdy rants, cited academic sources, and dick jokes, you should check us out.
Become inspired by Sirenscape Online Player's massive sound library and weave your tabletop legends by building custom sound sets that bring your immersive world to life. Simply download the app to access the entire Sirenscape archive anytime you need epic sounds. The online player works perfectly alongside any virtual tabletop to bring your players together no matter where they are in the world. Broadcast your custom sound sets in real time with flawless audio quality to give them a game they'll never forget. Get the Sirenscape Online Player today at sirenscape.com.
Skull Splitter Dice has something for every adventurer. The dice that you use could be the difference between life or death. With over 15 styles of metal dice, a variety of class-based cases, and other gaming accessories, we have something for every gamer. Our products are perfect for Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, and more. Be the envy of your party and get yours while supplies last by going to skullsplitterdice.com. Again, that's skullsplitterdice.com.
Table Talk is not your typical D&D TTRPG podcast. We are not here to run you through our whole campaign.
We're here to talk about everything else in the space of tabletop roleplay.
I'm your host, Alejandra Wilhelm.
And I'm also your host, Mariah Gresham.
And we're your tabletop roleplay girlies.
Seriously?
The Avatar.
all of them like pop out.
You those ghosts yet? Oh my God, Robin! Thank you, Robin.
That's the ass grabbing leather.
This is the most important of this jacket.
It's all written down. None of this actually happened.
Hi, we're the Slovenly Trolls. We're two big bad evil girls with a podcast all about feminism and Dungeons and Dragons. Each month, we deep dive into a part of D&D history or lore, giving context as to why some problematic things are the way that they are, and encourage people in our favorite hobby to do better. So if you enjoy nuanced discussions, nerdy rants, cited academic sources, and dick jokes, you should check us out.
All right. Sorry about the wait. Jaden had to leave for a emergency, but we found a wild Zach. So,
back. I made it.
Real quick recap, just so that everybody is all on the same page here. You finished the ritual, the sun came out, everything was all nice and dandy. You had a nice poem, Citron, and then the realization that the sun is going to go down here pretty soon kicked in, and you decided to make a plan on how to get away stealthily without Strahd knowing where you are. Pass Without a Trace was casted so that you wouldn't leave tracks away from the windmill. You then continued walking for another 2 hours outside of the original 2 hours so that you could then give Citron a long rest, which you did. You then teleported back to Argene Vostholt, and here, as you were leaving, that is when you saw the scrying ball appear just next to Beatrice. Beatrice jumped into the portable hole, which means that she was on another plane of existence, that thus ending that scrying early. But now you are in this situation, quite a predicament to figure out where you would like to go next. I will leave that to you.
I jump back out of the hole. I guess we're not immediately running.
Right. We still theoretically have 45 minutes before the sun sets.
Correct.
Yeah.
If we can find, this might sound silly, but if we can find like a cliff face, I have stone shape. I can use it about 5 times. We've got the spell slots for that. I think I can create
a little cave.
I can create a small passage through a wall. Yeah, I can create a little cave. We can find a place hidden enough, and then I can cast and create the sanctuary within the cave.
Probably a lot of cliffs around here.
I mean, there's big mountains right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you guys slid down one.
True.
Can this be created underwater and like be impenetrable to water? Like if we got to the river?
That'd be, because then he couldn't even approach it, right? Do we know that? Do I know that? I have no reason to know.
Do vampires work like that in this world?
Vampires do indeed work like that in this world.
Okay, cool.
Do
we know
Beatrice,
that,
you would
though?
definitely know. You would definitely know, for sure. For how long you've been with Strahd, you would know that.
Yeah. He gets really antsy anytime I run the bath.
Right, exactly. Oh.
But so like if we put it under the river, would it like essentially be a sub-aqueous like thing?
Yeah, why which one the giveaway?
Congrats.
Almost forgot.
And I was thinking before that to remind you to roll the thing, and then I forgot. But yeah, would that work?
I like this idea.
Existence on ground, you can see within range. The ground underneath the river is still ground. Temple must fit within an unoccupied cube of space. Unoccupied?
Would it shunt the water out of the way? I don't know. That's
like
it's a
little...
That I would say that unoccupied means there is nothing there. So you would need like a plateau in order to bring it out.
Could we move it after it's created and put it underwater? No?
No.
Stays?
Yeah, it stays right where it is, yeah.
Okay. Could we dam the river temporarily? He just starts like looking around at like all the trees and like figuring out like logs and like Kai goes full beaver for a second.
Right.
Hey, I was looking in there.
Oh.
I was looking through the sorcerer's spells.
Mubby. I'll just jump out.
I couldn't find control water in there.
I really hate to suggest this. Would it be insane to put it in the Amber Temple?
We'd have to get there.
We have to get there.
We'd have to get there. Which is a pain.
And not within 45 minutes.
Yes.
We have an ally inside.
We can go. Yeah, we can go inside. Sarah.
And we have all of Arkenvold as well to defend it.
I think the bet is we won't be able to hide it. Unless he can hide it. I don't know what his abilities are.
Is that worth the risk?
As far
I'm
as
casting Sending now to ask him.
As far as I mean, he's right inside. We're like right outside.
Yeah,
building.
you guys are at Argenvo's
We're like
hold,
just,
so it's
like,
just
we're on the map.
Okay.
It's a 5-minute walk away. Yeah, I moved you all over there.
Why am I in the graveyard?
Cool.
Yeah,
It's just where Vaughn hangs out.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
I would say that, as far as I'm concerned, as soon as the sun sets, I'm a dead woman either way. So, ever since he found out that we enacted this plan and I was sort of very blatantly taunting him, there's no way I'm surviving the night. So,
you will.
Well, not if we have anything to say about it. We'll save you. Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Of course you will.
Do our damnedest.
Just, I think my soul is the thing I'm the least concerned about at this point. So, I'm very willing to make some sort of agreement.
All right, let's go in.
Okay. Are you going where I think you're going?
Yeah.
Amazing. And this evening, Theris is found exactly where you usually find him, in his room. However, in his room, you also see a young gentleman, Katya. Do a insight check.
Let me grab my character here. Oh, I'm good at that. 26.
Damn.
You're insightful.
This kid looks very similar to the Burgomaster, the late Burgomaster.
Okay.
But currently, Saris is sitting opposite of a chessboard with this young person on the other chair, holding another glass of wine, enjoying this game that he's playing until you all enter in. Who's doing this? What is...
I have a question.
Yes.
The kid looks similar to the Burgomaster. Did I literally meet this kid when we went and had dinner with the Burgomaster one time? Was that kid literally there?
No,
Never
he was
actually
not.
met this kid? He just looks familiar. Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to clear that
he
up.
was
Thank
not
you.
he was not present at that dinner.
Cool. Take note of that for later.
Mhm.
I'm not leading the charge on this, for sure.
Yeah, who wants to do this?
I'll sort of step forward and like look at the board, and I just sort of like take a second look at it and say, checkmate in 4.
Checkmate in 3.
Just really
Unless, of course, he comes out with something. And then he just like, you see this kid just like, who the fuck are you? But then also like, he looks over to you and then looks at the chessboard with like dread, like, oh no. And unamused, Saris just looks over. So, I see you didn't require my help.
That was then. Now I'd certainly like it.
Ah. And what would it be for?
He knows exactly where we are, and we won't survive the night unless you have a way to help us. We have a way to protect ourselves, but if he can find us where we are located, it will not be able to help. So if you have a way to transport us to a different location that he cannot find us, or a way to prevent him from finding us here, we have fortifications, but nowhere to hide them.
And what do I get in return?
I won a chess game against you, so I would expect you to at least appreciate that my mind is of some value. So I'd hope you wouldn't squander it. I will also say that as of right now, I'm of some emotional value to a man of some importance. Not in a positive light, but whether or not that's a bargaining chip for you or a point of interest for you.
I can see what I can do about possibly bringing a guardian of sorts. Sending you to another place is a little bit out of my power. I can bring you all to the ethereal plane, but I know that he can do that quite easily with his steed. I don't think that would help you, and there really isn't any way of getting back.
How about a way
to...
Go
Well, and the obvious bit that I wouldn't be able to send you anywhere else outside of Barovia. There are rules.
Of course. What about fast transport? It doesn't have to be instantaneous. Could this guardian instead move us very quickly to a different place that he wouldn't be able to follow us as directly?
I guess that depends on what you want and what you're willing to give up. I do have a favor that I can cash in. Someone that does have the power to teleport.
And this would be able to enact immediately.
Well, as soon as they arrive, yes.
And how long would that take?
I'd imagine within the next 15 minutes. But what is it worth to you? Is it worth...
How about Argenvostold?
No, that is a separate deal that I have with you, Citron.
Was it a deal? Was it a deal, though?
It was
he said he wanted...
going to be. I told you to think about it.
Yeah, going to be isn't an actual deal.
Oh, no, it was never a binding deal. Of course not. No. Still on the table, though. The offer, rather. No, that is a offer for you. I do appreciate your mind. And I think that I could have many uses for it. Your diplomatic side, along with your cunning. I can offer you a pact, if you'd like. I can give you this power, and in return, favor.
Is this one of those sort of recurring act of servitude type, my power is now dependent on you type things?
I can write up a contract and you can read all of the details if you would like. But, yes, I'm understanding this. You don't have a lot of time.
That's certainly true. Quick question. Do we still have telepathic bond up?
I mean, my thing lasts a number of my thing lasts a number of hours.
So the telepathic bond is gone.
Yeah.
But you can go ahead and roll that and see how long it would be.
I'd have to roll individually for everyone my D8.
I
Sure.
can cast right now. I think with this going on, knowing who Sarah is, I think I might just spend the spell slot.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if this stuff in the Roll20 chat is something that Beatrice could be aware of as this debate is going on.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll cast telepathic bond right now.
Okay. Yeah. And just real quick.
I think since we entered, I would have cast it, knowing who we're dealing with.
And just real quick, before Beatrice says anything next, since we are communicating telepathically, we're still running other options. How does everyone else in the group feel about this one that Becca has pointed out?
I like it better than dealing with this freak.
Yeah,
honestly.
I do too.
I don't know, like, the logistics wise of, like, if we can breathe underwater, if we could just, like, vibe and rest, quote unquote, underwater.
Definitely not moving water.
Yeah.
Well, caught you could.
Because you would just kind of, like, latch on.
You have a,
I still have stone shape.
I also don't need
You make, like, a little...
I can make a little dam for us to lean up against.
That's true.
And then while that's down there, you could then cast the Sanctum in that hour. So, like, you could buy us that hour underwater.
Yeah.
Got it. And how long would it take to get to the river?
The river is, like, right there, so probably,
it's down the hill, right?
You would have to go down the hill. But you also have Sorsha, who could turn into an eagle, bring you down. You have winged boots. That could be...
Yeah.
I'd say your best estimate is, like, 30 minutes total.
So it'd be rough, but we could
It'd be close.
potentially.
Okay.
Right.
They're in this instantaneous pause where Beatrice does like a, that's true. In her mind, she's like, make the call. Saris or water?
I don't know if I trust him.
Water.
I definitely do not trust him.
No.
It's like, that's true. But what you fail to understand is I always have several options on the board. Maybe next time be more forthcoming with how you can help us. We'll actually take our needs somewhere else for now. Everyone, I think we're done here. And I just turn and walk away from them.
You tease me.
Smell you later, Gramps.
Vaughn,
You know how to-
our offer is still on the table.
Great. I'm not taking you up on it right now. I'm busy.
Just wanted to remind you.
Oh,
I'll
I
be
know.
here. Okay.
Don't be a stranger, son. And just like walk away.
I do want to
Sure.
make like
Toodles.
a quick eye contact with this child. If I don't know if he's
Sure.
acknowledging me at all.
He's fucking paying attention to this chessboard. Like,
Okay.
he just learned that he's about to lose in 3 moves, so he's like
Sure.
analyzing everything right now.
Okay, then if he's not gonna regard me at all, then I don't really need to worry about it. But I am sort of more focusing on this weird child than I am the creep. So
Sure.
but if
Are
he's
you
not
trying
gonna
to get within eyesight, like line of sight
not
of him?
really, nah.
Okay, so then yeah, he wouldn't have paid attention.
Okay, that's fine. I was just trying to gauge a reaction.
Does this kid look like a nerd? And by that I
He's
mean a
playing
wizard.
chess.
You do spot a wizard spell book on him. Yeah.
Noted. I know exactly who this is.
Okay.
We book it to the river.
We book
So
it.
you are
Run.
rushing to the river. All right.
If I have to throw Beatrice back in the portable hole,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I have winged boots, so it actually might be better if I'm flying.
True.
and then put somebody else in there.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
like somebody, like I have pretty good mobility with the winged boots. I don't know how many people we can fit in the portal hole.
I'd say like 3 people max. With the way that the workshop is
Esmeralda
in there and
fly?
everything. Esmeralda can fly, so she will fly down.
So me, Esmeralda, and
Katya can just walk down.
That's true.
Sorsha could turn into a big bird.
Sorsha
Can
turn
she
into a big
carry-
bird, and that's 3 right there. I mean,
Yeah.
that's 3 that can just hop into the
Yeah.
portable hole. So I will mark the final wild shape for Sorsha.
If we want to use Sorsha's final wild shape for that, unless we think she
If
could
you
do some
want
kind of
to.
water thing,
Here, let's
aside from water
see.
breathing.
I mean, do we need that mobility? Are we going to get there? My thought is if people are flying, we can get there faster.
We can get there definitely faster. I don't know wild shapes. I know at 8th is when you can turn into ones that can fly.
I'm
and
sure
swim.
she can swim by now.
Yeah, she can.
Yeah,
she
swimming
can
is before
turn into-
flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
So
like,
she could turn into a giant eagle.
her wild shapes are good, but they're not her
No, she's not a
power-
circle of the moon.
Like, that's not her thing. Like, it's
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
stuff.
I don't think we're really gonna like need her to be a fish. or
Theoretically,
something.
once we are in the river, we should be fine.
Yeah. I think the mobility is gonna do us more good than her
Yeah.
being water.
And water breathing can get, it's all of us. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, it's 10
Okay.
creatures.
I don't have to breathe. Could have done this the whole time.
We could have always been hiding in the
We
water.
could have
Yeah.
always, but why have we not just been scuba divers this whole time?
I really wonder though, because like I know that vampires are like that. I don't think damn have
I think
anything with
vampires
running
get
water, right?
all of the benefits and none of the downsides because I don't
True.
think
I can be in
you
the
have-
sunlight too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
you
been
don't
in
even
the
have
sunlight this
sunlight
whole time.
sensitivity. Like Drow have sunlight sensitivity, but you're like, man, whatever, it's out.
Hey. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
get some sunglasses. I mean, it is bright. Like I feel like Kai is pretty uncomfortable in the sunlight.
I
and,
would
like,
say yeah.
puts her
yeah,
hood
there's
up
definitely
and
some
like
of that.
cowers, and but like is not actively dying.
Half of the party happy the sun came out. The other half is
Kai is like,
not.
yay, yeah, yay, yeah, yay.
I don't think that Lumari has anything. Unless Citron can fly for a short time, then Sorsha is
Well-
going to turn into a wild shape.
I can.
It will need to
Hold
be
on.
like at least. It would need to be at least like. I'd say like 2 minutes of flight for sure.
Yeah, my summon celestial. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I can because I used it to fly me towards the
You
Amber
can use it.
Temple.
I will remind
Well,
you that
that's-
Sorsha can just use a wild shape that comes back after a short rest, which actually would have come back by now because you guys were just walking.
Oh,
So-
perfect. Then that
Yeah.
will only leave me with 3 uses of stone shape, which should be plenty. That's 15 feet of stone to keep us from
Sure.
drifting away. So,
So Sorsha turns into
Yeah.
a bird. We all hop in the hole.
Everybody gets down. Yep.
What we booked.
So I will even say with the fact that you were able to just fly down, that cut like 10 minutes off of the time.
We're talking like
So-
6:20, 6:30 maybe.
Right. Yeah. Like
30 minutes
Yeah.
till
6:30 right now. Yeah.
Okay, so we need to get under
yeah, fly 40 feet.
Yeah, Sorsha will cast water breathing.
as soon as we get there, as soon as she drops it.
Yeah,
And
as
I
soon as
guess
she
we-
lands.
I guess we should we rope ourselves together and just trek? I guess rely on Katya
So-
since you have spider walk.
yeah,
I'll
just like
I need
hold it all down.
I need to know how this is going to work, like specifically, because you're going underwater. This is a big river, so it's like, I would say probably, I don't know if the book has like an actual length, but in my mind, it's probably spanning maybe like 60 feet. So it's a pretty big river. You're able to get down low into it underwater, but it doesn't go deep. Actually, rivers do go deep in certain places.
Yeah.
I would say doing a survival check would help you find a deeper spot in this
I can do that.
river. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
If
social
we, if we can just like,
Do a bunch of us want to do it, or do some of us want to help others do it? I don't know how good we are at survival.
I don't get to do survival very often.
Mine's
I'm really
good at it.
5.
Okay, then
Same
I
with
have
social.
8.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
ask me. I'm not a nature girl.
I got 8.
So it looks like Katya
Wait,
and
hold
Vaughn.
on. I was going to say before
Emboldening
you
bond?
roll. Yeah, emboldening
I'll
bond
help.
plus.
Oh,
do I have anything else?
Sorcerer's got guidance.
There we go.
And I'll help.
Great.
So we're
okay,
all,
so
are we all
this
just
is-
like gonna like tie ourselves together in one big
I
kindergarten
imagine that you're
chain,
just like
and then
floating
just,
down the river slowly as you're looking for a deeper spot.
We're doing a lazy river.
And I just like crawling around the bottom, leading you guys around.
I think as somebody in a very heavy
25.
skirt, I like rip off the lower half, like unattach the lower half of my skirt and throw it in the hole. That's going to be pretty cumbersome underwater.
26. I had guidance, right?
Yeah.
You had guidance and emboldening bond.
Oh,
yeah.
So you're good.
27.
Damn, ones on those. Oh, and you have an advantage too, but you're good.
27.
Floating down the river, there is like a little turn off where that like no, I guess yeah. There's like that little turn off in the river where you see it kind of turns into a more wide area. This kind of turns into an eddy, which then you're able to go deeper under the water. Probably around like 20, 25 feet. So it's not much, but you're definitely not on the surface.
Can we like find like a cool little underwater grotto like next to this island? Splits and just like,
and then we can just make it our own with stone shape.
You could, if you'd like to do
we
that.
want to do that.
There isn't.
We want to
there
just carve out
isn't
a good little hole.
There isn't a natural grotto here. This is only a river, but you could definitely
not
make
a grotto,
one.
but like just a.
I get you.
Like just an impression in the wall of the island.
Sure.
That we can then stone shape a little more.
This is such a D&D solution to a
I
problem.
love it.
It really
This
is.
The shit I live for.
Sorry, I was
Okay,
muted. I'm so happy I have stone shape prepared.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Citron's MVP right now. It's like just the only person with spells.
Mm-hmm.
it's a good thing you were able to do the rest. Yeah. Okay.
So we're underwater, and it's how far from the coast on each side, and we're like 25 feet down.
So this kind of splits. So I would say that it gets wider as well, though. So on either side, you're probably like 25 feet wide, and then you're going down too. So it's not super wide, but it is relatively deep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's something.
I'm just doing some
It's something.
Pythagoras theorem real quick.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
So do too much math. No math.
Oh God, oh God,
I mean,
oh God, oh God.
if we make like a hole and then we cover it,
Yeah.
then we're fully obscured from everything else.
Yeah, I'd say save one stone shape to recover the door.
Essentially, we just kind of burrow and then cover it.
Even if we just like, I don't know. I just figured put her back to a wall and just like hang out underneath. Like,
We
even
just
if
don't
we're not,
want him to theoretically have line of sight on us through the water.
Because then he
enough.
gets disintegrate is a range of 60 feet. I just checked.
Oh,
That's why I was
sure.
wondering how wide
Oh.
the river is.
That's
I
why
got
you were doing math.
All right, I'll allow it this one time.
Ew.
So are you casting the Temple of the
Gross.
Gods, or are you just trying to just wait it out?
I'm trying to chill for a second. Well, okay, so
Did we decide we could cast it underwater?
I thought we couldn't.
Yeah.
So
but if we make a little cave in the island,
Right.
stone shape, we could make a
If
little
you-
air pocket. Put it
I
in
need
there.
to look up stone shape.
But we don't need an air pocket because we can breathe underwater.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
the
send
whole
in-
reason we couldn't.
No,
is
the air-
because it would have been full of water. Oh,
right,
I
but
see.
it's to cast it. We can't cast it because the space is occupied by water, so we need a little air
5
pocket to
feet.
freeze it up.
It
So
doesn't do a
as
lot of moving
is,
it.
I can make about 20 feet. So I think it's 5 square feet I can mess with.
All
It's
right.
not super much.
Are you looking at control water?
That's stone
For
shape.
stone shape.
No, I mean, sorry, Becca. Are you looking at control water on Sorsha's sheet?
I was
Sorsha doesn't
I was
have
trying to
much.
look at conjure elemental to summon an earth elemental, but Sorsha's
She
tapped out of
she has 2
first level spells, and that's it. We used everything of Sorsha's.
Right.
Here's a question.
Unless we want a swarm of ravens.
Swarm of ravens.
I'm not going to say no.
Yeah.
Can we make? It's silly, and it would really.
We're
listening.
We're already hiding underwater.
But theoretically, this is very silly. It's gonna mess up my whole workshop too.
Oh, if we flood your workshop.
If we flood my
But
workshop,
then you can breathe in water. Bro.
But would it then be like?
But okay, but
can you would it
scientifically-
immediately flood with water? How's that
so
work?
it would, like, if you open it up, it'll immediately fill with water, 100%.
What if we open it upside down, like a cup underwater?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, like one of those diving bells. That's you would have to. It would have to be situated on something, though. That's one of the stipulations with portable hole. It has to
You
be
have to
set
put it
on
on
something.
Oh, true.
Ceiling?
Can it be set on a? Yeah. Yeah.
Can we
put a
like
little
hold it to the
deck
ceiling
in,
as we and then? How does that work? Is that a thing? Does that work?
Right. I mean, if it's, I believe if it's just completely flat. God, this is so D&D. I love it. I believe if it's completely flat, then you're good. Then it works. But I want to double check. Okay.
How long do we need it for? How long are we wanting it for?
Place it on or against a solid surface. So you could place it on.
The ceiling.
Then it creates an
upside down.
extra dimensional hole 10 feet deep.
Which would still gravitationally internally fit to the ceiling.
How many stone shapes do you have, Citron?
I can do 4.
You do 4? Okay.
So 3 to build, 1 to cover.
So if you're doing 4, that would be a 10-foot wide thing. Because I think
Which
it's
is
only
how big?
5 foot, which is just enough to do a portable hole.
It needs to be 10-foot diameter.
Which, I mean,
It's
that's
5.
so fucky, and I love it.
My brain is breaking.
Actually, I might. Be
It really
able
is,
to-
yeah.
Stone shape is spell slot level 4. I might be able to regain another level 4 slot.
Oh, because of channel divinity.
It might stall out at level 3 though. Let's. Oh, that's right. I put it on the other one. Hold on. Harness divine power. I can only do up to level 3. I need a level 4 spell slot.
But 4 is plenty, I feel like.
I think so.
4
Yeah.
creates a
If we-
platform.
For us to open the thing, and then we can at least, some of us can hide in it.
Yeah.
The
But
only
it
thing that you have
still
to
doesn't get
worry
all of
about,
us.
the only thing you have to worry about is the moving river.
Yeah.
Which, if I do stone shape just right, that won't be a problem.
If you do stone shape, you're trying to create a ceiling so that the portable hole can come up. It's not going to stop you from moving.
But we're inside a little cavern.
If you're all trying to poke into, well, but then you have a bunch of people. That would be.
There's a lot of us.
If
Quite a
you're
lot of
doing
us.
that, you wouldn't be able to get a long rest because you would have to actively be waiting in water to stay in that spot, and that is a workout.
Wait. So, Citron, correct me if I'm wrong. We're finding like a little rock face, right? Pretty big rock face. You're burrowing 3 stone shapes into it to create a cavern, and then you're covering the entrance.
I see.
So that area would be full of water, but it's not going to be rushing water. And then we're going to hold the portable hole to the ceiling for an hour while Citron casts the thing into it, because it's an air pocket.
I don't even know if I necessarily need to use a spell slot to recover, because I can not just burrow, but I can like turn the stone into something, so I can just reshape.
Oh, you could just reshape
one of those things and then turn it into a door and block it off for us.
And then the problem of like it has to be an unoccupied space to fill this thing is essentially like casting. It just can't be full of water, which is the purpose of putting it upside down, so it's like a cup underwater. And then you're casting into it, so we would have to hold it still. And like kind of somehow mold it to the ceiling. Can we use stone shape to kind of like
make little brackets to hold it?
Like little brackets?
Yes, actually, we can. Yes.
Yeah, we for sure can, right?
The object you create can have up to 2 hinges and a latch.
I mean, if it can have a latch, we can latch that sucker up there.
You can create a steel door or a stone door. And you can seal this door shut. The only thing is, if you cast it 4 times, that is only like a triangle's worth. It's not a full 10. So you would need to cast it 5 times, 1 to get in. Well, yeah, 1 to get in, 1 to get further in, and then another 2 if you're trying to create a doorway. This is like Minecraft at this point. You're literally playing Minecraft in D&D right now.
Hell yeah.
This is incredible.
Yeah, it would be 5 total hits to do that.
Even if we, like...
was there a way... Did I need to summon my Celestial? Could I have ridden in with someone else on...
It was... Well, you didn't cast your Celestial.
Yeah.
Thorsha just turned into a bird and you're good.
Yeah,
you
that's what we
jumped into
decided
the
on.
portable hole.
No, I've got 5 uses. I've got 5 uses.
Okay, so then that would be...
Okay, great.
5 feet, you're still like crouching down, but... You can do that. This place will be filled with water.
We can all breathe.
But you can breathe, and you don't have to wade because it's locked in. That is absolutely the fucking wildest shit anybody's ever pulled.
Yeah, we wear that with a badge of pride. And
Yeah.
so, just so we're all understanding this, so we're like enclosed in a stone little cavern that we've created. Is that the plan?
We are in a fully dark, claustrophobic hole.
So even if we need some more
it
wild
should
shapes,
be
we could just long rest in here. Even if Strahd scries, he's not gonna know where the fuck we are.
He's gonna know we're underwater. Yeah, I mean the sanctuary thing is just a bonus at this point.
Exactly. Like we could take all the time we need.
Well,
now.
we could take the 24 hours of that we could breathe underwater, but
And then we take a long rest and cast it again.
We could live here for the rest of our lives.
We live here now.
Yeah.
And then we
We're
stone
mole
shape.
people now.
It's a fixer-upper.
All right. So we create a little cavern. It fills with water. We shut it off. There's no more water coming in. We take a long rest. We stone shape the ceiling upward to create, like, there's no water going to fill that in.
So
right?
it is 5 feet up, but since water is no longer coming into this area, it is not going to go into the portable hole.
Weirdly, there's not going to be air either.
But you're water breathing, which
Well, yeah,
is
but I'm just
totally
saying we'll have
fucky. I know
space.
there's never like a continuous. I
There's
was
no
thinking about something like that, but the thing is that this is fucking D&D. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? We
is
don't
getting
got to
very
worry about that part.
strange.
The point is, we can create a space that doesn't have water in it.
Correct, which is the
Portable.
workshop now.
Yeah.
And
Which is weird because like it's upside down, so like.
but it
How's
has
the gravity
internal
work?
gravity.
Yeah.
Right, that's the thing. So I guess you're just this is like, oh man, this is like
As you
Doctor
climb
Strange
into it, it
shit.
flips.
That, like,
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and you're just gonna fall into it. That's wild.
It's like
That's
Stranger
so fucking
Things.
weird.
Stranger Things.
Yes.
Is whatever
Yeah.
the last
Right.
one where they were
Well,
like,
okay.
Yeah.
What I'm
Exactly.
saying is,
yeah.
can we, while we're water breathing, can we long rest in the water with water
Yes.
breathing active? Okay, so if
because you don't have to wade since there is no current, you are fine. You could just
cool. So yeah, we just
comfortable.
just everybody
it'd be a terrible night. but
sleeping like floating around.
We lock ourselves in.
We're otters.
We long rest, and then you
Yes,
stone shape
just holding
the rest
hands.
of the cavern up, and then we just have like a cave.
So the thing is that thinking in Minecraft, you can only do 5-foot squares.
Chunks.
So you do a
Right,
5-foot square in order to get like in.
Yeah.
You do another 5-foot square with a door.
I have a question.
Oh, you wouldn't be able to seal it though.
Can you,
But there's a
Citron,
Well,
can you
yes.
set multiple words of recall? Because if we could just
No.
transport back to... It sucks.
I cannot. So,
damn, this would be
Because-
a good one.
so what I can
Our
do
word of
now-
recall comes back
I
to
don't
here?
I don't need with the stone shape in one action I can make opening for us, but I'm shaping
And a
that
door.
stone into a doorway. So
Correct.
that can just be one action.
So you have the doorway, but it's
Yeah.
not sealed. It is a door. So it could be opened, is what I'm saying. Because
Yeah.
you have five uses. You made the 5 in, you go in one more, another one, 10 feet in a circle, good. You still have that 5 feet that is just a door. You didn't have another stone shape to then seal it.
No, that sounds like I just need 5 is what it still sounds like.
Correct. It's just that you can't
And-
seal it because you have to get inside still.
Right, but I've got 5 uses. Like if we
Correct.
I've got the door. We get inside. I bring the door in as I go in, and then cast the last one to seal.
So, 1 to go in, creating a doorway. Another 4 needs to be used because you need to make a circular thing for the
Right.
portable hole to work.
But there's already. That's one of the 4.
But if you use another stone shape on the side of it, it just goes out. Like this block right here. This block. Please hold.
Hold in.
We need grid paper.
Yeah.
Visuals.
No,
Oh, that
yeah,
is
I know what you're
terrible.
saying, Johnny.
Okay. So, you are going here. This is going to be the one that you do.
Yeah.
If you do right here, it just goes directly out anyways. It's not going to create like a little circle. You need to go one more in to create a circle,
Okay.
and then you seal this. So this is not sealed. That's 5.
Okay.
When you do a stone shape, instead of creating an opening, can you just shift it into a solid wall behind us? Does that make sense?
I
Like,
think
can
so.
that be one move instead of creating like a
But-
flexible hinge?
Also, if I don't need to do Temple of the Gods, that gives me another spell slot to use.
We could
Then that will seal the deal. You're good.
Unless we can quickly think of a wild shape that Sorsha could use her theoretical last wild shape on to become like a badger or something that has like
Oh.
tunneling.
Or
So
like-
Ellen,
What?
Ellen, you did bring up a good point. If I can just mold it, kind of like a curve
Around
a small,
us.
Yes, a small entrance for us to get into.
But you would still need to seal it behind you. Because you
And
have to
wouldn't
get
this-
in somehow. And
Right.
then you have to turn around and then seal it in.
Right. Okay. Bring
But-
up your grid paper again.
Shit, I erased it. Damn it.
Oh, wait, I thought it was marker.
Yeah.
The dry erase.
It's an expo marker.
Oh, it's an X. Oh, okay. I thought it was a. I was confused.
Yeah.
Okay, terrible, but whatever.
This is
Yeah. So
So-
that long one right there.
You excavate,
I don't have to completely get rid of that excavation though, because I'm shaping it to how I want. So it's more like I can just create a small entrance in there instead of opening up the full 5 feet. Make it something we can squeeze into.
To like here. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean,
and so it's hard to find.
This is also 5 feet we're talking about. You're not going to be able to fit 7 people inside of it unless you put them in the portable hole and we do a whole thing. But
then it gets filled with water.
Did Sorsha use her last wild shape to turn into a bird, or did she use one in the previous thing at all? So
she still has one more.
So she could turn into a cave badger, which has burrow, which leaves tunnels behind in their wake. She just burrows into the thing, makes the space for us, and then we close it with stone shape.
Incredible.
She can still breathe underwater.
I'm
She
gonna
has cast water breathing.
Incredible. That solves the issues.
So
Everybody.
Okay. All right.
All right. I'm going to fucking end it here. This is what happens. You guys got it. We'll see what happens next week.
We
Actually,
did some
no,
good
not next
work
week.
here today.
I have a thing that I'm going to this weekend, so I will not be able. I'm not going to be well enough to do a Monday stream next week. But
that'll give us way more time to plan our tunnels.
Right.
Yeah. Now we have a badger for 4 hours.
Hell yeah.
And I have 2 weeks to plan on how I'm going to somehow ruin you. I don't. So, if you guys were to keep going, I would have had Strahd teleport with Bocephalus, turn into the ethereal plane, and just follow you.
Yeah.
That was what I was going to do. But here you are.
Foiled again.
Not nighttime.
Because I can go to
Couldn't
the
come
ethereal
out.
plane too.
Oh my gosh.
I would love to see you in the ethereal plane. 1v1 me. Let's go.
Oh. Button destination.
Anyways.
No items.
I can also.
That's
I also
it for
have True
tonight,
Sight,
folks.
So I could have seen him in
Where's Saris?
Ooh, you could have had True Sight. Saris is just like.
Saris
I wanna make
wishes
a
he
deal.
could get in
Nah,
on
just
this.
kidding.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, so how many stone shapes
Yes.
did I use? I need to know for my spell, or does it just not matter for long resting?
Just one.
You did one.
Okay.
So we can do both.
You did not long rest yet. I do have time to thwart this D&D shenanigans somehow.
Strahd could not predict the thing that we
You
just
could
did.
never.
100%.
No one
100%.
can keep us down.
I'm
make Temple of
going to
the
try
Gods
and come
now,
up
though.
with
Like, we can make-
something.
That being
We'll
said,
see.
I will say there was a point in my head where I was like, I'm kind of surprised nobody in Barovia has like done this before. Like the one place
Just
vampires can't go
hide.
is underwater.
Yeah,
There's
you
got to
think
be like an
little-
underwater society somewhere, right?
Maybe there is.
In that
Maybe we haven't
big-ass
found it
lake?
yet.
That'd be cool.
We
Probably-
should
yeah,
start
probably-
looking. Well, you got 2 weeks to prep it, Johnny, because we're gonna find it.
There's
We
there's
only
the
go
Luna Lake
underwater
over
now.
there. God,
I mean,
you only travel through underwater. That'd be so fucking cool. Holy shit.
We're gonna make a series of canals underneath the entirety of Barovia, so we could travel in
Just
secret
don't-
through.
just
You guys
stay
ever
here
heard of
for
aqueducts? It's gonna be
years.
huge.
Just stay here for years and then stone shape your way to Castle Ravenloft and then just like tsunami or some shit up so that it gets filled with water.
All right. It's
Oh, man.
How far is it from this little island in the river to Castle Ravenloft? We can go at 5. We can do like 25 feet every 8 hours.
Oh god.
We can't
Every
do
4
math on
hours.
stream.
Every 4 hours.
Every 4 hours.
Just 95 miles.
45 feet. I can do
95
35
miles?
feet. I can do
I
35
can't do
feet.
math
Also,
on stream.
remember the
I have
badger.
spells, but I will come back.
Y'all
to this,
have the badger, so you can go a lot further.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out. I just
Anyways.
learned what we can call the name of this little sanctum we've built.
Oh, please.
It's our island in the sun.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's super cute.
Have a good night, everybody.
Okay,
I
yeah,
can't
we're
turn
heading
this
out
into the new
into the new what?
the new Word of Recall location.
It's
You
a
could.
really good one.
You
We
could.
just can't get out of it as easily because there's no tree here unless we can play. Can you in your Temple of the Gods? Can you make like a shrine that has a big tree in it, big enough for Sorsha to travel through?
Is there a tree that grows under? Let me look. Trees that grow underwater.
Anyway,
That is,
Mangrove
that is an
tree.
offline thing. We're gonna head out of here. Good night, everybody. Remember, not next week, 2 weeks. So we will see you in 2 weeks. Make sure to level up, and we will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye. We might have to figure.